overall continuity issues. The first one.
Check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, check 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Left Coast Hockey League COVID Cup Playoffs Wild Card Round. The San Pedro Squirrels were swept in 3 games against the Washington Wetbacks. And today we have a much more even series. The LA Twisted Wristers taking on the B-Ward Biffs. Series is tied at 1 game apiece in this best-of-5 series. At least 2 games tonight, possibly 3, but we're going to do our best to finish the whole series here tonight. So enough shit out of me. Let's get down on the ice and get this pivotal Game 3 underway. Ladies and gentlemen, we are broadcasting undead here at the B-Ward. Connor McDavid, Macklin, Celebrini will take the face-off at center ice. Game 3 of the wild card round. Winner of this series will go on to face the Anaheim Fucks, the number 2 seed. Offsides go the Biffs. Semi-round match already set between the 1st seed, Dorian Silent Rehabs, and the 6th seed, Washington Wetbacks. This team will go on to face Anaheim. Anaheim, the defending, reigning COVID Cup champions. In the zone goes LA. Recovered by B-Ward. Pasternak fighting for the puck with Fox. Pasternak tries to pass it back to the point. Will come all the way back to the LA zone. Recovered by Faber. Faber up for Celebrini. Pass to Kucherov. Kucherov gets it to Pasta. Pasta will gain the zone. They'll stay on sides. Pasta's pass is broken up. Taken by McDavid up for Fox. Fox neutral zone, passes it back, but turned over, taken by Celebrini. Kucherov's stick lifted, taken by the Biffs. Nylander. Nylander's pass back is taken by Kucherov. In the zone goes the Wristers. Thomas for Trocheck. Takes a shot. Save Vasilevsky. 16-15 remains here in the first period. Still no score. 1 shot for the Wristers. Defense has been very strong with the AI models of this year of 26. A lot of turnovers, a lot of broken passes. Much like the AI, unlike the AI when you're playing the game. The AI when you're playing the game can't play defense with dog shit, but they can occasionally score. Here they can't score, but they save everything. Kept in the zone by the Biffs. Battle for it in the boards. Race to the puck. It is won by the Whistlers. Kadri up for Montour. Montour up for Raven. Neutral zone. He'll gain the zone. Looking for a pass for Brad. Shot. Paddled away by Vasilevsky. Kicked around the boards. Occurred by Montour. Delay penalty for the Biffs. And Raymond will touch up. Cross-checking is going to be the call on Nietzsche. Stays the stick through his back and through his neck. That man should be dead. But instead, he goes for 2 minutes. Cross-checking on Nietzsche's. Power play out for the Wristers. Thomas and Shen will take the face-off. Face-off is won by the Wristers. Raymond able to get it up for Thomas. Thomas' shot is blocked. Recovered by Shen, and he'll go ahead and clear it the length of the ice. 1:35 remains in the man advantage. Montour for Raymond, up for Thomas. Thomas gains the zone, making a move. He's poked off. It's taken by the Biffs. I believe that is Luke Hughes. He will go ahead and clear it out. Montour for Raymond. 1 minute left here in the power play. Thomas gains the zone. Puck swatted away by the Biffs. Unable to clear to the neutral zone, but not the length of the ice. Raymond for Kadri. Tired legs out for the power play shot. Save Vasilevsky. Rebound picked up by Shen, and he'll go ahead and clear the length of the ice. Perhaps one more rush for the Wristers, but not enough for a shot. And that'll conclude the power play. We're back at even strength. Wristers 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Reaches out of the box, gives it to Hannafin. Up for Forsberg. Forsberg stays onside, passes it back to Nietzsche. Slap shot, saved by Soros. And will get a whistle. 10:48 remains here in the first period. Still no score. Connor Bedard, Celebrini, the two young studs taking the faceoff back in the LA zone. It is won by the Biffs. Hannafin shot, saved by Soros. Pastrnak kicks it out for Faber. Kucherov up for Dahlin. Dahlin to Pasta. Pastrnak in the zone, surrounded, shot is blocked. Celebrini shot, saved Vasilevsky. Recovered though by Nietzsche. Nietzsche will carry it in. Unable to get the shot off, taken by the Wristers. Pastrnak. Pastrnak mishandles but gets it up Kucherov. Kucherov, oh, a little big slap shot, saved Vasilevsky. Goaltending, the biggest factor in the Squirrels-Washington series. Vasilevsky, and shoots, scores! Noah Hannafin. Just as I was about to say, Vasilevsky, the much more seasoned goaltender than Juuse Saros. And just like that, with a backhand from Noah Hannafin, takes the Biffs up by 1. Beautiful pass, well-timed backhand by Hannafin. Early lead here for the Biffs. Still a lot of time left. Hannafin with his second goal of the series. Nelson and McDavid will take the faceoff at center ice. 7:50 left here in the first period. Brock Nelson, he's hit off but kept in by the Wristers. Shot on net goes wide, recovered by Nylander. Nylander will walk right in the zone, but unable to get the shot off. Gostisbehere up for McBain. Radish for Robertson, up for McDavid. McDavid flying through the zone, but turned over by Montour. Send up for Gostisbehere. He gets a pass, doesn't click. That should go for icing. 5:24 left here in the first period. Biffs up by 1. Face-off back in the LA zone. First line stays out for the Biffs. McDavid and Thomas. Face-off won by the Wristers. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gains the zone but outnumbered. Kyrou battling for the puck, kicks it out to his defender. Picked up by Malkin. Malkin for Luke Hughes. Hughes for Radish. Biffs able to stay onside. Hit off the puck. It's taken by Nugent-Hopkins. Kept in though by the Biffs. Radish. Radish, slap shot is blocked. Almost turned over. Breakaway. Not sure if he would have had the energy. I think that was just for Bratt. .303 left here in the first. Face-off won by the Wristers. Franco. Franco's poked off, taken by Malkin. Danny Malkin, he's hit off. The other way come the Wristers. Back check successful. Hannafin already with a goal in this game. Rallying for it, Kyrou. Back to the point for Fox for Hannafin. Back to the point, takes the slap shot, save, rebound. Picked up by the Wristers. Mason McTavish, he'll go ahead and dump it in. Defensive change for the Wristers. 1 minute left here in the first. Eward with an early first period lead. In the zone comes Kadri. Kadri mishandles. 8 seconds left. Robertson up for Connor Bedard. One more shot if he hurries. Bedard shot saved by Soros. And that's going to do it here for the first period. Biffs off to an early lead, 1-0 in this huge pivotal rubber match. Wildcard series here for the COVID Cup LCHL. You're watching live on youtube.com/DimestackUEU. And we'll be right back with the start of the second period.
Good people dream bad things, don't you? Good people even do bad things. Once in a while we do.
Bacteria, smoke, and choke and pain, 'cause Delray funk is in my brain. So I break the law, but I'm not to blame. You only know my place, you don't know my name. Well, I grip the fence and I meant to steal, and I steal the car, and I grip the wheel, and I park the car, and I steal it again, 'cause I really don't know what's happening. I wait for night to fall, then I walk outside, and then I run back in, 'cause I don't want to die. You see, the air alone, it can corrupt your brain. It smoke fills the sky enough to block the rain. And I pray to God to help me justify. Look over me, 'cause my brain is fried. I don't have a name, I don't have a home. I just lay alone on my bed of stone. You see, death awaits me on my narrow path, and when I stop to think, I can only laugh, because I'm not alone. It didn't take me long to see everybody singing that Southwest song. Come on. Everybody singing that Southwest song.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Let's take a look at the stats. So the first period, shots 6-5 to the Biffs. Hits 12-10 to the Biffs. Time on attack just about even. Face-off slightly going to the Biffs. Let's get down to the ice. Get the second period underway. We are back undead here at the B-Ward, Central California. Carter McDavid, Macklin, Celebrini take the face-off at center ice. Let's get the second period underway. Face-off won by the Wristers. Darlene. The pass is taken by the Biffs. Nylander for McDavid. McDavid's shot is blocked, but rebound picked up. Recovered by Pasternak. And Vasilevsky will hold on for a whistle. 18:27 left here in the second. Face off back in the Biff zone. Same lines will stay out. Celebrini and McDavid. Face off won by the Biffs. Hannafin up for Nylander. Nylander in the zone. Looking for some help, but taken by Kucherov. Pass broken up, taken by Celebrini. Big hit on Kucherov. Pass broken up by Hannafin up for McDavid. And McDavid is tripped. Tripping is going to be the call on Jesper Bratt. We're going to send the Biffs to their first power play of this game. Nietzsche and Trocheck will take the face-off. Face-off won by the Wristers. Franco. They'll go ahead and clear it the length of the ice. Pass for Nietzsche up to Chuck. Sorry, folks, got distracted there for a second. Cleared out by Owen Power. 1 minute left here on the power play. Nietzsche up to Marchand. Marchand in the zone looking for a pass. One-time blast saved by Soros. Another shot saved by Soros. And he will hold on. 15 minutes left here in the second period. McDavid and Kadri will take the faceoff. Power play still 27 seconds for the Biffs. Faceoff won by the Biffs. Fox for Bedard. Shot broken up front. Nylander back to McDavid for Fox. Back to Bedard for Malkin. Nylander, he's hit. 7 seconds left on the power play. Fox backhand. Saved by Soros. 2 seconds left on the power play, so they'll have man advantage just for the faceoff. But Bratt will be right back out. Full pressure for the Biffs. Tired goaltender for the Wristers. Face-off won by the Biffs. Fox. One-time blast. Malkin saves Saros. And they're able to kill it off. Biffs 0 for 1 on the power play. McDavid. On the boards by Faber. Kept in, though, by backhand shot. Save Soros. Darlene unable to clear it. Darlene for it is McDavid. Taken by Nylander. Nylander's shot hit the post. Recovered, though, by McDavid. McDavid looking for a pass, but broken up by Bratt. For McBain. LA in desperate need of a change. They'll run it up, though. Taken by Bedard, up for Tkachuk. Kept in by Bedard. Shot hit the post again. Recovered by the Wristers. Castle spare up for Raymond. Valley Fort in front of the bench. Battle won by the Biffs. Tkachuk up for Robertson. Robertson, he's hit off. Faber able to control it. Sends it up for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Mason McTavish in the zone. 9.5 left here in the second. Nugent-Hopkins up front. Poked off by the goaltender, but kept in by Faber. Faber for Gosselspeth. Backhand through traffic, shoots. He scores. Lucas Raymond with his third goal of the series. He backhanded through traffic looking for a tip. And it just died up front. And then a little backhand by Raymond. Fouling through 3 Biffs. And he puts it behind Vasilevsky. And not this game up at 1. Goes 7-hole on Vasilevsky. Too much traffic. Couldn't get a good look on it. Shen and Celebrini will take the faceoff. Faceoff won by the Biffs. Fox pass turned over, taken by Celebrini. Wristers looking for another one. Ride that momentum. 8.5 left here in the second. Adam Fox will go ahead and dump it in. They'll give chase. Well, recovered by Montour. Montour back to Gossel spare for Celebrini. Up for Pasternak. Pasternak in the zone, but he's hit. Giving to Shen. Shen being harassed, but he gets it up to Philippe Forsberg. Forsberg for Hannafin. Hannafin looking for another one. Shot goes wide. Forsberg back to Shen. Recovered, though, by Parenko. Franco kicks it down the boards. Taken by Kucherov. Celebrini in the zone. Celebrini shot, saved by Selesky. Taken by Hannafin, sends it up for Nietzsche's. Nietzsche's shot is blocked by Owen Power, sent up for McTavish. McTavish up to Power. Power hit at the blue line. And the other way come the Biffs. Able to keep it in is Radish. Radish lead for Nietzsche's. Nietzsche's shot, glove save, Saros. What a stop by Saros. Just under 4 minutes here in the second period. Score tied at 1. Series tied at 1 as well. Next goal will be a big one. Face-off won by the Biffs, backhand on net. Valley Forts won by the Wristers, Trocheck. Trocheck up for Thomas. Thomas, he's hit, but gets it to the other defender. In the zone, Darlene. Darlene takes a shot, sharp angle. Vasilevsky can hold on. 2:01 left here in the second. Score knotted up at 1. McDavid and Thomas will take the faceoff. Faceoff won by the Biffs. In the zone, Nylander. Nylander's hit, taken by the Wristers, Nugent Hopkins. He will gain the zone. Pass broken up front, no shot. 1 minute left here in the second. McDavid's pass broken up. And it's McBain. One shot left if they hurry. Valley Fort, it's behind the net. And that's going to do it here for the second period. We are tied at 1. This pivotal game 3. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Left Coast Hockey League live on YouTube.com/DimestackUVU. And we'll be right back with the start of the third period, excuse me.
Turbulence and murder since it's an everyday occurrence. It's 30-30, yo, I get my hands dirty. They think they the pure breed, medically insured weed. Fuck the system, non-conformist humans walk around because of their ordinance, just ornaments. Super thugs use computer bugs, all ignoramus is reduced to savage half-beast off a crack piece. Not me, I'm shit-faced, which way but loose in a hovercraft, not no bubble bath, turbo boost. Fuck Earth, I wanna live on Mars, so I'm closer to the stars and farther away from dumb civilization with no mental stimulation. They changed the Constitution for your red, white, and blue friends. Exterminate nuisance, no one listens to what you said. The online is touching your hand with brainwashing, with propaganda about your fearless leader who got 200 bodyguards so you can't touch them either. Bodies disappear, obviously a fear. Lobbyists can't get near shit. Everybody's spirits are under control. Computers run with the soul. Elitists, defeatists, they live by the beaches. Bubble dome over the hemisphere, so you can't enter here. We live in the dumps with mutant rodents, with blood red eyes, saliva drips for opponents. Scratch your ID chip off, cause everybody own it. I envision turbulence and murder since it's an everyday occurrence. I envision turbulence and murder since it's an everyday occurrence. I envision turbulence and murder since it's an everyday occurrence. They only teach high-tech and private portables that float above commoners.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Let's take a look at the stats through 2 period shots. 13-9 for the Biffs. Hits about even, time on attack about even, everything about even. Let's get down to the ice. Start of this third period. We are back on dead here at the B Ward. Game 3 of this wild card series, best of 5. Best lines out. Celebrini McDavid. Face-off won by the Wristers, but turned over in the zone. Nylander starting pass. Robinson shoots. He scores. Jason Robertson, the pride of the Philippines. SoCal-born Jason Robertson puts the Biffs up by 1 early here in the third after a really ugly turnover off the face-off win for the Wristers. That gets this crowd buzzing. Still a lot of time left. 1 goal lead for the Biffs. Top lines will stay out. Everyone's full energy. McDavid and Celebrini. 19:32 left here in the third. Face-off won by the Biffs. Hannafin will gain the zone himself with speed. Hannafin, pass, left shot, save, Soros. Almost put him up by 2 that quick. 2 shots on net in 1 minute. Top line still out. Everyone's still fully juiced. McDavid, Celebrini, face-off won by the Biffs. Hannafin, big slap shot, glove save, Soros, and he's going to hold on. 18:40 left here in the third. McDavid and Celebrini once again. Top line still out. Face-off won by the Biffs. Fox takes a shot. McDavid's backhand goes wide. Held on by Soros. One team will be facing elimination in the next game, and that next game will follow right after this one. We're not going to take much of a break. Face-off won by the Wristers. Pastrnak picks it out for Celebrini, up for Faber, but turned over, but recovered. Celebrini up for Pastrnak. Pass for Kucherov, back to Celebrini. Celebrini for Dahlin, he'll gain the zone. Big slap shot, save Vasilevsky. Nylander for McDavid. McDavid carries it in, gets it to Nylander. Nylander's backhand is out of the way. Kept in though by the Biffs. Adam Box takes a shot, save Soros. Celebrini up for Kucherov. Kucherov for Dahlin. Dahlin takes a shot, save Vasilevsky. Another one for Dahlin. Another save, Vasilevsky. Full pressure for the Wristers. Taken by Malkin for Forsberg. Sent to Fox. Pass up to Marchand in the zone, but all alone. Biffs looking for a change. Trocheck, neutral zone. He'll carry it in, but he's hit off by, I want to say Taves. I'm not sure. The other way come the Wristers. Sorry, pass, Trocheck, shot, save Vasilevsky. Rebound picked up by the Biffs. Nichis for Karlsson. Back up for Nichis. Nichis makes a move, but it's taken by Faber. Pratt for Kadri. Kadri turns it over. It's taken by Karlsson. Pass gets up to Kyrou. Kyrou to Nichis. Time for in front of the net. Won by the Wristers. Long pass for Bratt. Easy save for Vasilevsky. Raymond takes a shot. Another save, Vasilevsky. Shot rebound picked up by Nichis. Power up for Raymond. Franco gets it to Bratt. Tired legs out there for the Wristers. They're looking for a change. Radish for McDavid. 9.5 left here in regulation. Will we need overtime? Jesper Bratt all the way gas. Gets it to Raymond. Back up for Thomas. Have to question the coach there not changing for the Wristers. McDavid retreats, gets it up for Bedard for Radish. Pass broken up, taken by Raymond. Raymond absolutely exhausted. So is Bratt. Taken by McDavid, neutral zone. He'll skate it right in. Lifted by Parenko. 6.5 to left here in regulation. Biffs up by 1. Thomas for Power. Turned over, taken by McDavid. McDavid, pass shot, save. Rebound picked up by Power. Rat's hit off, taken by Shen. Shen turns it over, it's taken by Parenko. Parenko skating in mud. Power shot through traffic. Rebound kept alive by the Biffs. Connor Bedard for McDavid. Taken by Parenko. Lazy backhand goes wide. Rallying for it is Bratt. Been a while since we've gotten a whistle. Both teams would benefit from a whistle. Time dwindling though for the Wristers. The other way comes Adam Fox. Fox for Malkin. Malkin for McDavid. Shot. Save Soros. Rebound picked up by the Wristers. 2:10 left here in the third. Wristers down by 1. Raymond for Thomas. Haven't had a whistle in almost 8 minutes of play. Back for Bratt for Power for Parenko. Parenko slap shot blocked by Malkin. 1 minute remains here in the third period. Biffs up by 1. Forsberg takes a shot. Saved by Soros. Raymond absolutely dead. We haven't had a whistle for almost 10 minutes here. Forsberg, backhand. And Soros will hold on. 42 left here in regulation. 1 goal game. Will we need extra hockey? Can the Wristers tie this up? Faceoff will be back in the LA zone. I would assume if they win the faceoff, Soros going to the bench. The Biffs have not had much luck here in the simulation tournament. I believe they've advanced. I want to say 2 tournaments they advanced. That is empty to our left. McTavish. McTavish back for Nelson. Nelson shot is blocked by Elaine Hamilton. For Robinson. Robinson on the empty net. Shot blocked by Montour. 25 left. Nelson in the zone. Nelson hit off, taken by Galsespierre for Montour. 6 on 5. But recovered by the Biffs. Marchand looking for the empty net. He'll go wide. 10 seconds left. Wristers need to hurry. McTavish up for Nugent Hopkins. 8 seconds left. Nugent Hopkins back for Kucherov. Back for Nelson. Nelson unable to pull the trigger. 2 seconds left. Kucherov needs to shoot. And that's going to do it. The B-Ward Biffs will take this huge, pivotal Game 3. We'll be right back with Game 4 with the Wristers facing elimination. Close, tight defensive battle in this one, but the B-Ward Biffs just barely able to edge it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Left Coast Hockey League live here on youtube.com/TimesTackUVU, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes with the start of Game 4. Thank you so much for joining us, and as always, Dante, why don't you go ahead and pack that bowl. We're out. Peace.